Willie Ann Walker, also known as Willa, was born in November 1862 in Missouri. At the age of 24, she married 26-year-old Charles Aaron Bruce, who was born in Washington, D.C. They settled in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where their only son Harvey was born in 1888. Between 1900 and 1904, the Bruce family relocated to Los Angeles, California, and purchased a home. Charles was an accomplished chef and worked in the kitchen on the trains traveling between San Pedro, Los Angeles, and Salt Lake City to support his family. In May of 1912, Willa Bruce purchased a lot in Manhattan Beach between 26th and 27th Streets on the Strand for reportedly $1,225. She made plans for a resort called Bruce's Beach and announced its grand opening for June 17th. Less than a week later of its opening, the Los Angeles Times reported, "The establishment of a small summer resort for Negroes at North Manhattan has created great agitation among the white property owners of adjoining land." From no trespassing signs that forced visitors to walk over a half mile to access the beach, to harassment from the local KKK and law enforcement, none of these tactics deterred Black people from coming to enjoy the resort. Business flourished, and Willa Bruce was able to purchase the lot next door and expand the resort to offer lodging and other amenities. However, by 1924, the long campaign to rid Manhattan Beach of the Bruces gained momentum when the City Council condemned Bruce's Beach and neighboring lots, claiming eminent domain for a public park. The Bruces, represented by NAACP lawyers, tried to fight it for a few years to no avail. They requested $70,000 for their property and $50,000 in damages, but were only granted $14,500 for the land they owned for 15 years and were forced to move from the area. Charles Bruce died in 1931, followed by Willa in 1934, survived by their son Harvey and his family. The city eventually built a park, and it was completed by 1945. From 1974, it was named Parque Culiacan until 2006, when the Manhattan Beach City Council wanted to rename the park with historical significance. Through the suggestion of a community member, the City Council voted and approved renaming the park Bruce's Beach to honor the Bruce family and address what happened to them. In October 2020, Manhattan Beach convened a task force of 13 residents to come up with recommendations for the city to right its historical wrongs. One of those suggestions has been to return the land that was condemned to the descendants of Charles and Willa Bruce. LA County currently owns the land, and the Lifeguard Training Center sits on the lot where Bruce's Beach once stood. California State Senate Bill 796 was just introduced this April, and if passed, would be the first step in the process to make this historical move